Alright, this first video that we're going to talk about is going to deal with the problem that's going on in our country right now. How many of you have been made very painfully aware of the fact that our economy has been in some form of a crisis for the past 5, 6, 7 years?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and the reason I say that is we've been lulled to sleep. Recently, when you watch the news, who's been hearing all about the government shutdown? The debt ceiling, the work stoppages. They're setting us up right now, cushioning us for the big blow that's going to happen. And here's what I want you to understand. It's all political. The Democrats are trying to position it as a Republican problem and vice versa. And here's the reality. Neither one of them, they have no clue or plans to fix it, and it's going to come down hard. And it has nothing to do with anything they're talking about. The problem that we're facing right now is going to be the fact that our country is not going to be able to sustain our current Social Security program and pension funds. And I'm going to give you some statistics. So I'm going to start off by saying, what do I say? When I meet somebody and they start talking, what do I assume?
They're lying.
They're lying. So I'm not asking anyone to believe anything I'm about to say. It's true, but I'm begging you to say, I don't believe it, and then actually go do the research. Because if you go do the research that I'm going to share with you right now, you'll be more upset than I could ever make you. Because I've been researching this now for a few weeks, and it has frustrated me just reading it. So I'm going to give you guys some statistics. How many of you know what I mean by baby boomers?
Yes.
Okay? Baby boomers have been the largest segment of our population, and here's the problem. Baby boomers began to start turning 65 in 2011. January 1st, 2011, the very first baby boomer turned 65. Over 8,000 baby boomers are turning 65 every day, and it's going to go on for almost the next 20 years. Just put that into your head for a second. 8,000 a day, every day, not for the next year, not for the next 5 years, not for the next 10 years, not for the next 15 years, but for 19 years. Now, here are some of the statistics that are causing that problem. 36% don't contribute anything to their current retirement plan. Why? Why would people not contribute to their retirement plan?
Social Security.
Because they don't have enough money to live in their present plan. They have nothing to save for retirement. So does that let you know some stuff's going bad?
Oh, yeah.
So that's 36. 35% currently rely entirely on Social Security payments. Not bad stats so far. 24% have chosen to postpone their retirement upon hitting 65 because they need more money. So that means 24% of them actually hit the finish line. 65, golden years, right? What are we always told? Retire and do. 24% of them are saying, nope, I'm going to keep working. 70%, you ready for this stat? 70% started to claim their Social Security benefits at the age of 62 out of a financial necessity, even though it locked them into a much lower amount as if they had waited to 65. What would cause 70% of the population to choose an early Social Security benefit, knowing that for the rest of their lives it was going to be much lower than it would have been if they just waited 3 more years?
They're free to be around.
Need for the money.
They can't function at 62. That you're 3 years away from the finish line and you can't live today. Is that giving you guys some idea of how bad it is out there right now? Here's a sobering statistic for those people in California. Baby boomers in California are at high risk because it's been reported that California is $500 billion short of meeting their future benefit obligations. $500 billion short right now. Illinois, where we actually have a market, it's reported that the $33.7 billion Illinois Teachers Retirement Fund is 61% underfunded. Worse than that, it's on the verge of collapse. So you're a teacher in Illinois, you've been working the last 25, 30 years, waiting for your retirement, and they have squandered 61% of what's supposed to be there for you. How's that make you feel?
Not good.
This is the sobering video, guys. This is the problem video. In the United States as a whole, the U.S. pension obligation is collectively $5.17 trillion, with a T, trillion dollars. But only right now has $1.94 trillion set aside to meet the obligation. Your obligation is $5.17, yet you only have $1.9 set aside. What does that mean? That's the United States. That's across all 50 states, guys. I don't know how to say this other than to say to you that according to all reports right now, and by the way, this is from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Census Bureau. This is about 16 different government sites. According to the current reports, the Social Security system is now, today, in 2013, paying out more money in benefits than it brings in. What does that mean? We're not operating at a surplus. We're operating at a deficit. And they're already saying we are 2/3 short of what we owe right now. Why am I giving you guys these statistics? It's our world right now.
Yeah.
Some of you walk around afraid to talk to people. This is the future for every one of us. Every one of us. Here's the sickest of all statistics. According to, who knows AARP?
Yes.
According to AARP, they've done a bunch of surveys of baby boomers. 40% of baby boomers have agreed in writing through a survey that they are planning to work until they die. 40% have given up on the idea of a retirement because they can't function currently. 4 out of 10 folks, 40% have said, I plan to work till I die. What's that tell you? Do you have an opportunity?
Yes.
Not if you don't act like it though, right?
Right.
This is already the sobering reality everyone is dealing with. Now just so you all understand what I'm talking about, in our lives, I'm only 45, some of you are just a few years older than me, but in your lives, how many times have you heard of cities and states filing bankruptcy? You think I'm kidding about this? As far as I'm aware of, it's never happened. Maybe when they were colonies, I don't know. I don't remember enough about my early history. But in my 45 years, I don't remember hearing about cities filing for bankruptcy. Detroit.
Not major cities, anyway.
Right.
Entire states, like California, filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
It used to be embarrassing if an individual had to file for bankruptcy.
Right.
Now, it's the standard operating procedure for governments.
Yes.
Right.
Why? Because they
don't
can't
have to
do
pay the debt.
anything about it. And here's the news flash. They don't care. Now, for those of you that think this is a joke, for those of you that think, not me, not my friends, how many of you know people today, right now, that have not been earning $100,000 a year consecutively or consistently? Okay, good. So for those of you watching this video, I'm going to give you a statistic now of an extremely high-profile success story. I shared this with some of you in the past, but I want to put it on video. The name is Tom Palome, P-A-L-O-M-E. I urge you to go on Yahoo, put his name in, and research it if you think I'm full of crap. Tom Palome is the former vice president of marketing for a little company you may know of called Oral-B. What does Oral-B do?
Toothbrushes.
You all know they make toothbrushes, so by definition, can we agree they're a fairly large, successful company?
Yeah.
It's not Chucky's toothbrush manufacturing firm, right?
Right.
Tom Palome spent his career in senior management flying first class from the United States to the United Kingdom because he was their vice president of marketing. Can we agree a pretty affluent job?
Right.
Earning significant six-figure income.
Right.
Actually was responsible for locking in the endorsement with the Olympics. So we're talking about a pretty good dude. Not some schmuck that they were just hoping to get rid of. So this is a success story, yes or no?
Yeah.
Worked his career, paid off his mortgage, right? That's
Yes.
American dream.
Yeah.
Paid off his vehicles, paid off his children's college fund. How many of you guys think that is the American dream?
Yes.
Right.
Worked, retired, had his 401k, got his Social Security, and when he retired, he had $90,000 in savings. How many of you in this room right now cannot even fathom the words $90,000 in savings? I'm not making fun. I'm just saying that today,
Yes.
I talk to people about a savings account, and they go, "What are you talking about?" What are you talking about? I juggle checks each month to pay bills. I got nothing in savings. So if you got 90 grand in savings, can we say you did something right?
Yes.
That's after paying off your house. Some of you guys know people that have a double second mortgage on their house.
Yeah.
They don't own their house. They're never going to own their house. They're high-profile renters to the bank. Yes?
Yes.
This dude owns his house, owns his vehicles, paid off his kids' education, 90 grand in the bank. Should he be able to enjoy life?
Yes.
Now here's the reality. He's in great health. How many of you guys think that's a wonderful thing?
That's great.
Great.
Yeah, except when you outlive your money, it's not so great. He's 77 years old now.
Tom Palome is a 77-year-old former marketing executive who used to pull in a six-figure income and fly first class to Europe. Today, to maintain a modest lifestyle, he works two part-time jobs, one as a food demonstrator at Sam's Club, the other a short-order cook and bartender at a golf club cafe.
I make a big $10 an hour, okay? At Sam's Club, I make $7.98 at Rogers Park plus tips. So each job is about $10 an hour. Okay, what I make in a week at these jobs, I probably made in an hour. Okay, toward the highlight of my career. I really can't aim that high. Okay, I've got to be logical. All right, and it's always part-time. All right, nobody's going to hire me full-time with health benefits.
There are millions like Palome, longer-living seniors who, after spending most of their careers as corporate managers and professionals, realize they can't afford to retire, ever.
I had sufficient funds to live a very quiet, sedate life, if you would. I have a golf membership now, okay, that I wouldn't be able to do, all right. And I still like theater, okay, so in Florida we've got a great place down here. And I go to those, and I have a social life, okay, which I wouldn't have if I didn't work.
Right behind this current army is the baby boomer generation, who are turning 65 at a rate of $8,000 a day. They're the first generation expected to fund their own retirements, and many are coming up short.
They are coming to us not by choice, but because of necessity. They would much rather be retired, but a lot of them lost money when the stock market turned down a couple of years ago, and a lot of them have lost the jobs that they've held for several years.
The median 401k balance for households headed by people 55 to 64 was $120,000 in 2010, which would give these households just $4,800 a year, assuming they withdrew 4% annually. Even the most affluent baby boomers, who earn more than $150,000 a year, don't have the 10 to 20 times their working income investment advisors say they'll need to maintain their standard of living as they age.
If I could do over, all right, I would have hired, some sort of financial planning expert.
Palome, who earns a little more than $3,200 a month from the two jobs, Social Security, and a small pension, considers himself lucky. His only regret is a lack of good retirement planning advice when he was younger.
I never thought I'd live to be this age. Never did. Really. It never dawned on me that I would live to be this old and need money to save time.
For Bloomberg News, this is Emmett Henry.
Right now, where do you sit? Do you have $90,000 in savings?
No.
Is your house paid for?
No.
I'm not making fun. I'm just trying to. How about your friends and family? The people you're afraid to go talk to, the people you're ashamed to go talk to. Are their houses paid off?
No.
Do they have 90 grand in savings?
No.
Because here's what his pension and Social Security give him each month: $1,800. Work your whole life for $1,800. Success or failure?
Failure.
Success or failure?
Failure.
Massive failure, yet he's better than 99.9% of the people that you know and love. Why?
You can draw it.
Something to start with.
Because he started off with 90 grand. He started off with a house that was paid for. He started off with kids' college tuitions taken care of. Guys, I'm trying to point out to you that even if you walk away from your job with $90,000, no mortgage, no car payment, no kids, education, you still can't get by in this economy the way things are.
Right.
Is there a need for a secondary income stream?
Yes.
Should you wait until then, or should you plan now so you never get into that situation?
Now.
Do we face a massive problem?
Yes.
Do we need a solution?
Yes.
I suggest you watch the next video.